Coming right up, Straight Talk with Art Levine. Our guest tonight, Mr. Stephen Shen, chairman of the China-U.S. Business Summit, as we continue our 21st anniversary year.
Closed captioning provided by Scan Health Plan. Straight Talk is brought to you in part by Southern California Edison. For over 100 years, life powered by Edison. The Press Telegram, your local news leader for over 100 years.
Join us for tonight's edition of Straight Talk. And now your host, Art Levine.
Good evening and welcome to Straight Talk. We have a fascinating show for you tonight. Our guest for the entire show is Mr. Stephen Shen, who is the chairman of the China-U.S. Business Summit. Mr. Chairman, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Chairman Shen has a very interesting background. He is the president of New Shen International, president of Beijing New Shen Cultural. He got a degree at Peking University, worked in China National Radio, and co-hosted the annual Chinese American Film Festival in Hollywood in 2007. So you crossed the cultures from China to America, and you established this summit 4 years ago. We'll talk about it later in the show, but just out of curiosity, what prompted you to start the summit?
Well, I think it's the right timing to do that. I have friends from China that they see what I was doing there. He said, you should do something like this. It's, nowadays the entrepreneurs need help and to communicate and get better understanding and to do business together, to be partner with U.S. entrepreneurs.
We'll go into detail about the summit later in the show, but it's basically a market where entrepreneurs and investors can meet, and we'll tell you more about it a little bit later. But I want to get the chairman's view of this incredible relationship between China and the United States and a growing trade relationship. Just give us your take on what's happening.
Okay, I think the 2008 is a special year. Like what I heard from big media, he said that that would be the first year for the generation of China, meaning that before, even though that China has drawn a lot of attention, but really not that much to be understood by a lot of people and countries. But from the time that we host the Olympic, many foreign journalists come into China and they made a lot of reports, so that helps the outside of the world understand China very much.
We are running huge trade imbalances with China. We're here in Long Beach. We see our mega port bringing in containers of stuff from Costco. China Overseas Shipping Company, actually they do wind up at Costco, but this is a shipping company. And the goods are coming in, containers are full going in, and a lot of them go back empty. So we are importing a lot more goods from China than we are selling to China, and dollars are piling up in Chinese accounts. Is this going to be a problem down the road, do you think?
I don't think so. The thing is that we are now just opened a new chapter for the economic relation between China and the U.S. The trend has just started, but I can see that in the past years, I mean in the next few years, we will for sure that see many Chinese people come over to form the joint venture with U.S. partners and to do investment.
There's a concern by many that the Chinese currency is undervalued, and it makes Chinese goods more attractive to American buyers, and that one of the causes of this trade imbalance, besides America's love of consumption, which we readily admit, is that the currencies are being artificially kept low by the Chinese government. Do you have any view on that?
Well, I think I would say yes or no. When I say yes, it's because that in the process of economic development, you can let it go really free, and you have to let it go step by step. If it goes really free, then it's going to be a big problem in China. Nowadays, once we have a big problem in China, it's going to be a problem for the world.
When China sneezes, we all catch cold, as they say.
Yes.
But you're suggesting that maybe a gradual increase in the valuation is the way to go, and the government does see it that way.
Yes.
Finally, are there other economic problems that we have between our countries? I mean, obviously, a lot of people are saying China is the country of the 21st century. You have 1 billion people. Your economy has been growing rather rapidly. You do have problems there, of course, with air pollution and other things. But give us your sense of any other problems that may exist between China and the United States.
Well, I think the biggest problem between the two nations is misunderstanding. That is why we had this summit. In the summit, we try to have the Chinese entrepreneurs to talk to U.S. entrepreneurs face-to-face, directly. So last year we had that for 500 China and U.S. entrepreneurs talk to each other face-to-face. I think it will help.
The importance of communication and understanding.
Right.
And there are substantial cultural differences between our countries.
We have too many differences. We have different, history, different culture, different language, different religion. We have so much differences. However, that once we step further and we would like to cooperate each other, and we need to understand in a much better sense. And we are on our way.
Outstanding. Well, in the next segment, we'll be talking about this extraordinary program, and I had the honor of co-hosting it last year up in Los Angeles. It's the China-U.S. Business Summit, April 28th through April 30th at the beautiful Millennium Biltmore Hotel in Los Angeles. We'll be back after these messages.
Supported by Edison International. Californians are getting to be old hands at year-round energy conservation, part of our special awareness of the resources we all depend on. We're making the change to energy-efficient light bulbs, keeping warm weather thermostats set to a comfortable 78 degrees, and giving major appliances the afternoon off. Because when it comes to energy conservation, it all adds up. Life, powered by Edison.
In today's world, everything's connected. From the workplaces that support us, to the homes that welcome us, to the trees and wildlife habitats that remind us how important our environment is. When a bird lands on a branch, and in the midst of a busy day, we stop to watch, it makes us realize we're all in the same boat. The Port of Long Beach welcomes this world with open arms, an environmental policy that's second to none, and a commitment to shaping a vibrant community. The Port of Long Beach, thinking outside the docks.
Hello, I'm Jessica Hardy, a proud Long Beach native and a member of the USA Swimming national team. Having spent much of my life in water, I've developed a deep appreciation for the valuable role that this precious resource plays in our lives. In recent years, California's water supply has become unreliable. To address this reality, Long Beach residents have dramatically reduced their water use through permanent lifestyle changes. In doing so, Long Beach has made itself a leader in water conservation. As I work hard to achieve my personal goal of qualifying for the 2012 Summer Olympics, I encourage you to continue your tremendous efforts to use water in smart and responsible ways. So join me and your fellow Long Beach residents in strengthening the water conservation movement. By making small but significant changes in our water use habits, together we can ensure that we have a reliable water supply for many generations to come.